Hi, John Corbett, Regional Sales Manager here with Grassland Agro to give you a quick fertiliser spreader setup guide for 2025. So when it comes to setting the machine on the actual spreader, we need to have the spreader parallel from left to right. When I go into any yard, what I look for first is looking at the backboard or the top of the spreader compared to the top of the cab of the tractor as a quick guide. But to go further than that, then we have to look at the operator's manual within the machine. In this particular Amazon machine, what we need to have is 80 centimetres between the ground and the bottom of the discs. This is for this reason why I have this in my own tractor the whole time on it is an 80 centimetre length of timber. What I do then on it is, anytime I'm spreading myself, I check to make sure that this is the right height from the ground, from left to right, and then as well as that from the front to the back of the discs. So we have to make sure the PTO shaft is greased both at both crosses and as well as that within the internal tube. We then have to look at the gearboxes within the machine. So based on this particular machine, we have 3 gearboxes on it. We have the central gearbox as well as the 2 outer gearboxes underneath the discs. We have, based on the operator's manual recommendations, we have to make sure there's an adequate amount of oil in each of these. As well as that, we have to make sure that agitator function within the spreader is correct. The drive for this is coming from a chain coming up from the gearbox, driving this cog and out towards that drive. We need to make sure that this chain is intact, and as well as that there's some lubricant on this particular chain. As well as that, we need to focus that the agitator is working correctly. So we have to focus on the actual point of the agitator is to make sure there's a constant flow of fertiliser going onto the disc. For this to happen, we have to make sure that we don't disrupt the makeup of the actual fertiliser granules. So we need a whisk type agitator to make sure this doesn't occur. To make sure that we get an accurate rate in the field, we need to focus on 3 main areas: an accurate forward speed, an accurate working weight, and as well as that, knowing the acreage of the ground. Where this has come into play with technology in the last couple of years comes down to GPS units, especially with grant-aided wayside machines. With this area, we're putting in the information into the control box, and this is doing the work for us. But it is critically important, even with basic spreaders, that we're using the GPS, the forward speed from the GPS, and as well as that, following the instructions on it to make sure that we get the correct rate in the field.